All right, guys. As I said before, as I said at the beginning of this year, 2026, that we shall be recording each and every trade that we happen to take as a way of journaling the trades, so that at least in the future we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down, watch the videos, rewatch the videos, and kinda trace back how I used to trade, and also see, or maybe I can get to identify some few mistakes which I used to make. Now, yesterday, as I broke down on the Eurgbp, on the fourth setup, actually it was not good for us yesterday. We lost the first ever loss in 2026. Now, here's the thing. There's this kind of a statement I used to say. Trading 98% is the psychology, and then 2% is actually your system. You might be wrong, you might be correct in terms of bias, but due to you might be having the best trading setup system, but due to what you call poor psychology, you end up not being profitable, or you end up taking so long before now noticing the profitability in the system. Now, yesterday after hitting the stop loss, it was around 10 pips, which is quite okay. And I said, if you go and watch the video, I did the video yesterday breaking down the reason why I was executing the buy. You can go and consider rewatching watch the video, or maybe rewatch the video. The link is above there. Then you're gonna understand this was not my A setup. Even in the video, you will hear me say that this one is not actually my A setup. Now, when I'm doing the review or the breakdown of the loss, we need to understand, were we wrong on the buyers? That's now the first question. Then we need to identify whether we were wrong on the buyers, or were we wrong on the point of interest, or were we wrong on the timing. Yeah, so we need to identify all those few things. So the first thing is that on the buyers, I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish on this pair. I think the reason why we hit the stop loss on this pair, according to right now, because the price we no longer predict, and we react. Now, I think the reason why we were wrong on this trade is because it was kinda not straightforward. Because I said, remember, when you are trading, we break down our system into two. That is now the fundamental. Fundamentals now is divided into two. Then we still have what you call the technical, and then the technical is actually divided into two, whereby we are supposed to look for the point of interest, and then we have our entry model. Now, having said that, we have to consider on this trade. Let me just give you a breakdown of psychology part of it. Now, when I used to be a complete beginner, there's something which used to mess my trading journey. Yeah, this is how I used to mess my trading journey. For example, if I happen to do analysis and I see that this trade, I'm bullish on this pair, and then happens to get an entry, I used to die with the buyers. I am bullish. So whenever I will be having the stop loss, let's say for example, you see now the first entry, we are having a stop loss of around 29 pips. And right now, currently, if let's go to the 1 hour time frame, if this is now the time you don't accept your mistakes. Yesterday we executed a buy from all the way above here, thinking that we are actually trading from the demand zone or the discount level of this range, after seeing this kind of internal range break structure to the upside. Now, since I am bullish in terms of fundamental, you tend to think I ain't gonna happen, or I ain't gonna go and accept the stop loss. So you keep on moving the stop loss. You keep on moving the stop loss, move the stop loss, move the stop loss, move the stop loss. And even right now, there's someone maybe probably who will be attempted to kind of be moving the stop loss all the way below here. Because you understand, in terms of fundamental, we are going to the bullish side. Now you keep on moving the stop loss, then later, before a realization, you just come to find out you are just broke. You just blew the account. So remember, that's not the psychology that I want you to have. I want you to on my I just worked on that psychology whereby I'm just going to accept the stop loss. Like now, on that trade, we hit that stop loss, which was kinda very tight, which is actually 10 pips, or which was around 10 pips. Then we have our trade. First of all, the first trade that we executed, whereby we are still holding like I closed one trade and actually we are holding with the minimum lot size, and then currently we are actually in a very small drawdown. You can see now, and the stop loss is actually around 30 pips. You can see where the stop loss is actually. And then let's say, for example, if you are going to hit the stop loss from this, I'm not going to execute any trade. I'm not going to move my stop loss. I'll just have to accept and then hold until we see whether we were wrong in terms of buyers. For us to understand whether we were wrong on the buyers, we need to first of all wait for the price movement, and then let's see how the price plays. If we pushed below this demand zone or this demand zone, quite well and good. But if you happen to push now to the upside, we still be having more room to hold this trade. And we are not going to add any more trade currently. I'm not going to add any trade. We are just going to hold that one trade with a minimum lot size that we have. Having said that, so the thing is very simple. I go by the name Waweru Kelvin. I'm a currency trader and also a trading coach at RatePulse. This is my breakdown. I do this on daily basis. 2026, I say that I'm gonna be journaling all the trades that I happen to take and have for me to master my trading system, and also for total transparency. Let's see at the end of the year how many trades we will have taken, and also how many will be the wins and the losses, the mistakes which will be made. Like now on this trade, I made a mistake because we remember that we have a rule which says that we're trading from supply and demand, and the supply and demand zone is supposed only to be identified from the daily and the daily and the 4-hour time frame. Unfortunately, due to what we call overconfidence, something else that you are really eats traders, overconfidence, and something else which was actually fear of missing out. Those are two things which actually holds most of the traders, and they end up being struggling with their psychology. Is what made me took these trades yesterday. Yes, overconfidence that I was thinking, yo bro, we're gonna push to the upside. Unfortunately, we lost that 10 pips, and then we're still holding this trade. Let's see how it goes. Now, something else we made a mistake. So mistake number one we made on this trade, it is quite simple. We shall be highlighting them one by one. The mistake number one that we did is that we traded away from the demand supply according to our rule. That we're supposed to trade from the supply or demand within the high time frame, that is now the daily and the 4-hour time frame, and that is now one of the mistakes that we made yesterday. Now the second mistake that we did yesterday is that, remember, when we are trading supply and demand, we're supposed to be looking for the imbalances. Now I don't know what the hell was I looking at, because yesterday we didn't have any kind of imbalance from that zone. We didn't have any imbalance in the 4-hour time frame or the daily time frame, and therefore I think that's not a genuine loss. It's due to my own problem. Yes, I just made those mistakes. So mistake number two that we did yesterday is actually trading whereby we didn't have that kind of imbalance, and we didn't actually wait for the price. If we were to trade, actually we were to wait for this. Look, on this hour 4-hour, remember we're in the 4-hour time frame, we had this push to the upside whereby we are having this imbalance, and then we still have our accumulation, which is the supply and demand range, supply and demand. That is something else that we did yesterday. We did a mistake. That is now okay. So that something else that we need to focus on, that we actually violated, is that, remember, when you are looking for the supply and demand, you're supposed to be looking also for the imbalances. Now these imbalances are supposed to be leading to what we call the break of structure. I don't know what the hell was I looking at, saying that we have a break of structure in this zone. In the 4-hour time frame, there's no break of structure to the upside. And I'm like, god damn, I just made one of the a very stupid decision. So whenever we shall be having execution, whenever you shall be coming across my videos, that is now the before. Yeah? When I'm doing the analysis before the execution, you need to spot out for you to identify, to avoid this kind of mistakes also. Yes, so if you happen to see me forcing those trades, go down, comment, go there, comment, yo bro, you're just going against your rule. Rule number one, you should be looking for the imbalances. I can't see any kind of imbalances in that setup, in the 4-hour time frame or the daily time frame. The second thing that you need to understand is, yo bro, we need to have a break of structure. We're gonna need an accumulation, then break of structure. In this setup, we don't have, which is aligning to our what? To our buyers. Yo bro, you're just making a stupid mistake. Go back and rewatch the videos that you've been trading. Take time, man. So that is something else you need to be checking on. Something else that you're supposed to be looking at is resistance and support. Yo bro, there's no support and resistance on this level. What the hell are you looking at? Saying that you want to be executing that kind of a trade. So therefore, those are the kind of things that you're supposed to be looking at whenever you come across my videos and whether I'm following my rules. Now, we are still in the daily demand zone. As you can see, it is already highlighted. Then we shall be waiting for the price and see how the price will actually be playing out. And therefore, let's wait and see how the price will be playing out. So later in the days, maybe, or later in the week, we shall come down. We're gonna come still into this chart and look whether we shall be having. Now we analyze on the issue related to whether we to analyze whether we were wrong on the buyers. That is now the thing that you should be considering to check whether we were wrong on the buyers. Were we wrong on the point of interest, or were we wrong on the timing of the execution? So later in the day, we're gonna come and see what actually we are supposed to do. Remember, today is on Tuesday, so there's no news related to Eurgbp, so we shall be staying away. Actually holding that trade, one trade which is actually running. It is a very, remember when the price was around here, I took some partials. I usually like taking partials because partials will actually save you in your trading journey. So let's wait and see how we can go, or how the trade will actually go. That's now the breakdown of that. I go by the name Waweru Kelvin. I'm a currency trader and also a trading coach at RatePulse Market. Get to see you, man. Let's hold and see how we're gonna perform. Chill out. Next time, man. I wanna wish you the best.